Hello everyone, welcome to how to solve this very nice radical equation. The cube root of x squared minus 1 equal to the square root of x plus 1. Our job is to find all possible values of x. We will solve it by two methods, so let's start with method 1. First we define the domain of this equation. Since this expression x plus 1 is under square root, so this x plus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0. This implies that x must be greater than or equal to negative 1. And because this right hand side is greater than or equal to 0, this left hand side must be greater than or equal to 0. This expression x squared minus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0. This implies that x squared must be greater than or equal to 1, and this implies that absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. So we have two conditions as a domain of this equation. This first one, x must be greater than or equal to negative 1, and the second is absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. Now by using this algebraic identity, a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. This expression at the left hand side will become the cube root of x plus 1 times x minus 1 equal to square root of x plus 1. Now we suppose that this expression equal to u. Let u is equal to the square root of x plus 1. Since this expression x plus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0, this u must be greater than or equal to 0. U must be greater than or equal to 0. And if we square both sides of this equation, this implies that u squared is equal to x plus 1. Move this 1 to the left hand side. This implies that x is equal to u squared minus 1. So this equation will become cube root of, in place of x we write u squared minus 1 plus this 1 times, again in place of this x we write u squared minus 1 minus this 1 equal to, this expression will become u. Further simplify, this will become the cube root of, this positive 1 will be cancelled out with this negative 1, and we are left with u squared times, this will become u squared minus 2 equal to u. Further simplify, this will become the cube root of, distribute this u squared, so u squared times u squared will become u to the power 4 minus u squared times 2 u squared equal to u. And from here we take cube of both sides. So this cube will be cancelled out with this cube root, and at left hand side we are left with u to the power 4 minus 2u squared equal to u cubed. Move this u cubed to the left hand side. This will become u to the power 4 minus u cubed minus 2u squared equal to 0. Now we can factor out u squared from here. U squared as common factor, in bracket left u squared minus u minus 2 equal to 0. From here is this expression u squared equal to 0. or this expression u squared minus u minus 2 equal to 0. From this equation, if we take square root of both sides, this implies that u is equal to 0. And from this quadratic equation, we can solve it by factorization. We write this u squared. Break this negative u as two terms, negative 2u plus u minus this 2 equal to 0. From these two terms we can factor out u. In bracket left u minus 2, and from these two terms we can factor out plus 1. In bracket left u minus 2 equal to 0. Now this u minus 2 is a common factor, so we factor out this u minus 2, and in bracket left u plus 1 equal to 0. Now from here, either this expression u minus 2 equal to 0, or this expression u plus 1 equal to 0. From this equation we get the value of u equal to 2, and from this equation we get the value of u equal to negative 1. And first we found this value, u is equal to 0. Now recall that we have supposed that u is equal to the square root of x plus 1. We have supposed that the square root of x plus 1 equal to u. Since this expression must be greater than or equal to 0, so this u must be greater than or equal to 0. Since this value of u negative 1 is less than 0, so this will be rejected, and we accept only these two values of u. When u is equal to 0, then this will become the square root of x plus 1 equal to 0. If we take square of both sides, this implies that x plus 1 equal to 0, and this implies that x is equal to negative 1. And when u is equal to 2, then this will become square root of x plus 1 equal to 2. If we take square of both sides, this implies that x plus 1 equal to 4, and we subtract 1 from both sides. This cancelled out, and we get the value of x is equal to 3. Now to check the validity of these two solutions, we use the domain of this equation. The domain of the equation is, we have two conditions as a domain: x must be greater than or equal to negative 1, and absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. The domain is x must be greater than or equal to negative 1, and absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. This value of x negative 1 is equal to negative 1, and absolute value of this negative 1 is equal to 1. So this is a valid solution. And this value of x 3 is greater than negative 1, and absolute value of 3 is greater than 1, so this is also a valid solution. Now let's solve this equation by method 2. In this method, the domain of the equation is the same as in method 1. X must be greater than or equal to negative 1, and the second condition is absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. And we can write this expression at the left hand side in exponential form as x squared minus 1 whole to the power 1 over 3 equal to, we can write this expression as x plus 1 whole to the power 1 over 2, and we take power 6 on both sides. So 3 one time, 3 2 times 6, and 2 1 time 2 3 times 6. The left hand side will become x squared minus 1 whole squared equal to right hand side will become x plus 1 whole cubed. This x squared minus 1 can be factorized as x plus 1 times x minus 1 whole to the power this power 2 equal to x plus 1 whole cubed. Now this expression at the left hand side will become x plus 1 whole squared times x minus 1 whole squared. Move this expression at the left hand side, this will become negative x plus 1 whole cubed equal to 0. Now from these two terms we can factor out x plus 1 whole squared, and in bracket left this expression x minus 1 whole squared minus, from here we are left with x plus 1 equal to 0. Further simplify, this will become x plus 1 whole squared times expand this x minus 1 whole squared, this will become x squared minus 2 times x plus 1, negative times x negative x, and negative times 1 negative 1 equal to 0. This negative 1 will be cancelled out with this positive 1. We are left with x plus 1 whole squared times x squared, and negative 2x minus x will become negative 3 times x equal to 0. From here it is this expression x plus 1 whole squared is equal to 0, or this expression x squared minus 3 times x equal to 0. If we take square root of both sides of this equation, this implies that x plus 1 equal to 0, and this implies that x is equal to negative 1. From this equation we can factor out x in bracket left x minus 3 equal to 0. Either this expression x is equal to 0, or this expression x minus 3 equal to 0. And we move this negative 1 to the right hand side, this will become x is equal to 3. So we have three values for x, negative 1, 0 and 3. Now to check the validity of these solutions, we use the domain of the equation. The domain of the equation is we have two conditions, x must be greater than or equal to negative 1, and absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. The domain of the equation is first condition is x must be greater than or equal to negative 1, and the second is absolute value of x must be greater than or equal to 1. This value of x negative 1 is equal to negative 1, and absolute value of negative 1 is equal to 1. So this is a valid solution. And this value of x is 0 is greater than negative 1, but the absolute value of 0 is 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0, which is less than 1. So this will be rejected. And this value of x3 is greater than negative 1, and absolute value of 3 is greater than 1. So this is also a valid solution.